welcome back to Boruto Anime Review. This is episode number 38. Formation of Boruto Naruto Next Generations 30 episode series. Formation of the three-man squads. Yep, we know who the three-man squads are, and basically, here are the three-man squads. I had to look it up, basically, because I kind of forgot who was in these teams. I knew it was in the teams, but I forgot team names. Basically, the first team that was announced was Dekai, Metal, and Iwambi are Team 5. Susumori and two friends, Wasabi and Narudi, are Team 15. And these are other kids that are in the class, too. Hoki, Hanako, and Reka are Team 25. Arenko, Dasu, Tasuru are Team 40. Of course, obviously, and this one, this second to last name was announced. This one was very obvious because they love sticking these three together because it's a tradition for their families. Inojin, Shikadai, and Chocho all become Team 10. And of course, everybody knew that in this last team, this one was quite obvious because this team was already in Boruto film. Team Konohamaru, basically, which was basically started as Team 3, but they changed it, but I'll get to in a minute. Which is basically Boruto, Mitsuke, and Sadara. And also there's a moment that basically reminisces the third episode of Naruto anime series and the third chapter of the Boruto manga. Basically, Shikadai does the same thing that his father did to Naruto when he was younger. Though when Shikamaru did to Naruto, Naruto was sitting like he was like doing like a sitting thing in front of Sasuke, and they accidentally kissed, which was quite stupid and hilarious. And about deja vu's going to happen again. With deja vu happened again, though this time it was going to look like Boruto was going to kiss Sadara. Instead, when Shikadai accidentally knocked over Boruto, he ended up basically, of course, Sadara avoided basically being kissed by Boruto by having Boruto kiss the bottom of her boot. Which I thought was so hilarious. The fact that, yeah, deja vu, and this happened just before Shino walked into the room, which was so hilarious. The fact that this had to happen because, well, it's the three-man squad formation, so yeah, I guess they decided to do this because it happened in the original series, so why not doing this one too? Except that instead of having, well, the daughter, Sasuke's daughter, and Naruto's son make out, basically, the accident kiss. Instead, basically, that they switch it up, basically, where Boruto kisses the bottom of Sadara's foot, which is like, gross! That was complete by accident. Yeah, and if anybody knows the original Naruto series, Naruto refuses to talk about this incident at all. And plus, this also happened in the, I believe this happened also in the Ultimate Reality, where this also happened too, where Shikamaru did pretty much the same thing by complete accident, where Naruto accidentally made out with Sasuke. As a matter of fact, this is even brought up during the Fourth Great Ninja War by Kurama, where he says, like, where Naruto says, I never kissed a girl before, and Kurama's like, you kissed Sasuke? And he's like, I don't talk about that. It's so funny, because it's so stupid, complete accidental. Yeah. Yeah, so everybody gets split to three-man teams, and Sadara doesn't like the fact that, of course, she throws off a shuriken, basically, to show that she has good balance with her shuriken, and she wants to change teams because she wants to see the same team as Boruto, obviously. So they try to take a direct appeal to the Hokage. But before I continue, I have to talk about the beginning of the episode. Basically, all four Uzumaki family sitting down to have breakfast. Like, the episode opens with Boruto waking up. Of course, takes stepping. He doesn't put it on until after he leaves the house. And Naruto's home, surprisingly, and this was a big surprise. I did not expect to see him home in the series. This is actually the first time in a while he's actually done this. This has only happened just a few times. He did it after the Ghost incident. He did it I did a couple times with the Ghost incident, and I think that was it. Yeah. Heck, even Hanada and Hawame basically make an appearance in this episode. Yeah, it's so nice to see Hanada and Hawame basically make an appearance in this very series. hmm Plus, also Shikamaru Choso completely out of nowhere does the casual ninja thing, where he just pops up out of nowhere, and then Naruto just whisks himself away too, and Hanada's like, okay. She's just used to it because, well, she's probably done it too. But wow, I never knew that Naruto can do the whole flash, the speed flash thing. I never knew he could do that at all. And I've watched the entire series, and he has never done that before this very episode. I get maybe adults maybe doing that, but as and maybe the Amdu Black Ops doing that, but Naruto and Shikamaru doing that is a surprise. And also Shigadai in this episode wears the same exact clothes as his father in this episode. It's just by sheer coincidence. So yeah, it was so interesting. And Bartha's like, the headband's so cool. He has it tied to his waistband. He has it sort of like tied up to like his belt buckle or something, his belt, and he just puts it on, and it keeps on the whole episode. And then he, of course, goes up to school, of course, 3-man squad thing I mentioned. And then like they go to take a direct appeal to the Hokage. And first they try to go to the Hokage mansion, and Shikamaru just happened to be there because he's Naruto's advisor. He says, Naruto's busy today. He says the Hokage's busy, and he's an undisclosed location. I cannot tell you that. And it's like, okay, where are we going to find him? And then Misuke just pops up out of nowhere. He's like, hey, I have a copy of his schedule, so he goes to find him. And the person, and he sends somebody to stop, and who is it? The daughter of Ashima Sarutobi and Karana Yuchi, Mary Sarutobi. Konohamaru's cousin. Yeah, her first ever appearance in this very series. It's great to see her. And the fact she's probably, from what I know about her, she is roughly about 12 years younger than Konohamaru. I had to look it up here. How old is she? Let's see. At this point, because it's been like, her last time I saw her in the anime was actually during the final arc of Naruto Shippuden. Let's see, she is currently... Let's see, since it's been like 13 years, I'd say she's probably about 15, and she's already a Chunin. She's a Chunin already. Yep. But, yeah, so, because of the fact during the time skip, basically, when they show her during, like, the whole arc of, the final arc of Naruto Shippuden, when it led up into Naruto Hinata's wedding, she was 2 years old, since it's been 13 years at that point. So, basically, she's 15. And she doesn't look that too bad. Of course, Konohamaru is in his mid-20s. Yep. He's in his mid-20s. And it is something, though, for these two to share the screen together, even though that in the original Naruto Shippuden series, these two never shared screen time together. Heck, even during the final arc, they never shared screen time, despite the fact these two are cousins. Never shared screen time before. So, yeah, so basically Sadara and Boruto are battling her on the bridge. And, of course, Mary decides to cut the bridge up, but Misuke, using his snake arm thing, probably got from his father, to hold the bridge together. First time I've seen him actually do this, where he does this particular move, where he does the move his father's famous for, the whole snake out of the arm thing. Of course, Anko did the same thing in the previous episode. So he's holding the bridge together, he hold the fight for a bit, and Konohamaru is like, oh, and of course, Boruto is like, oh, it's Big Sis Mary. Yep. And of course, Konohamaru is like surprised. He's like, Konohamaru, this is your team? And Misuke is like, you know her? Yeah. And he's like, yeah, she's a grandchild of Third Hokage, and she's my cousin. Yeah. Which I think is so interesting. And of course, they come with this really interesting move of basically Boruto hiding shadow clones under the bridge and pulling Mary underneath. But luckily enough, Konohamaru does not want to see his cousin die at all. So he just ties her up and leaves her there. Heck, by the end of the episode, she's still tied up. I'm like, dude, this is your cousin. Go untie her. Yeah, and Naruto's like, okay, I guess I can get along with Boruto if he breaks the cohesion team, she'll disband it. I don't know how she gets that authority. So she makes another direct appeal to the Hokage. So they meet up with him. He's like, this area is off limits. Direct appeal is like, no, I'm not changing teams. It's like, no, we're not changing teams. We like to change team name from Team 3 to Team 7. He's like, okay, that's fine. He's like, so this is the new Team 7. Awesome. I love the fact they actually gave him that old designation, because it seems a little odd that they gave him Team 3, because both Sadao's parents and Boruto's father were basically the previous Team 7. So why not have this team become the new Team 7? Why not? It's not a bad idea, especially since Mitsuki is kind of like Sasuke in a way, basically very cold and a bit distant. But he's still an awesome character. Of course, Sadao is a bit like her mother. Well, combination of both, but yeah. It's surprising they never told exactly who these characters' senseis are. The only one I do know is I think there's one team I can think of where they did reveal exactly who their sensei is. I think it's Team 10, the new Team 10. It's one of the teams. I think it's Team 5. I know one of the teams basically where Mogi, one of Konohamaru's friends, that she is their sensei. Let's see. Yeah. Of course, yeah, I'll look up. Basically, Team 5 was definitely in the film, but they didn't exactly in the Boruto film, but they didn't have the other two members that just met Ali. But at least they had DK and Wame in the same team, which is nice. They did that. Yep. I think it's let's see. Yeah. But I think it's Team 10, which is basically, yeah, that is basically Team Mogi. That Mogi is their sensei. But as for the other team senseis are, no idea. Who knows basically who these other team senseis are? The only one that basically that we do know of is Konohamaru being the sensei for Boruto, Sadao, and Mitsuki, which is great. Overall, this was a great episode, but it felt like a bit of a rehash of episode 3 of Naruto, of the original Naruto anime, and of course Naruto Chapter 3. A bit of a rehash, tiny bit. It's a bit of a rehash, but mixed in with the stuff basically with Boruto. That's basically how I would put this episode. But it's still a good episode, not a bad one. Next week, this is some of my friends basically really looking forward to basically the Boruto anime doing this. Next week's episode is if I can find it here. Next week's episode is The Path Illuminated by the Full Moon. This episode is going to be the adaptation of the Mitsuki one-shot. People have been waiting for this for months. First we had an adaptation of Naruto Guide, people waiting for that to get in the anime, and it happened. And next week's episode is the adaptation of the Mitsuki one-shot. My friend Eggert is looking forward to this, though he is still in the Naruto Gaiden arc. Pretty much everybody's looking forward to this, but from what I look at the episode, it does look interesting. But yeah, it's the one shot, probably just this one episode, and then the next episode after that is probably going to be like the first official. It's probably going to be, and this is my theory, the episode that comes right after the Mitsuki one shot is probably going to be the adaptation of the Road to Boruto one shot, which is basically Konohamaru putting Team 7 through the Bell Chain mission. That's just my theory of basically what the episode would be, and then of course it'll probably be the Boruto anime. Well, they probably have like a few missions, probably some character stuff, and then the Boruto film. But this episode is definitely the end of the graduation exam stuff. Last one, so the end of this arc. So we finally finished up the. I think this is the overall the third official arc of the whole series. So yeah, because the first one basically took up the first like 15 episodes, and then you had a few standalones. Then it's the Naruto guide, and that was the second one. The third one was probably the hit and miss. This is probably the third one. Yep, this is the third one. So, ending the third overall arc, because all the previous episodes were basically standalones. In between these arcs standalones, which I think is great, the fact they do that. So yeah, now we have a standalone episode next week. And now I checked the schedule for basically for when these episodes are airing. 2 weeks from now, there will not be an episode for Boruto. My guess is they want to take a week off. As far as I know, this is only the second time this has happened where they've taken a week off for the anime. The last time, I mean, it's been a while since they took a week off. Let's see. The last time they took it was, let's see. I think it may have been back in September. I think it may have been, yes. I know it was a while ago that they actually took a week off, but I can't seem to find it. But yeah, this is only the second time in the whole entire series where they've actually officially taken a week off for to give the animators probably a break for 1 week. Yeah, that's my personal guess. Basically, the reasoning for that. Yeah, but yeah. So stay tuned next week for episode 39. Path to next week's episode is The Path Illuminated by the Full Moon. Yeah, interesting title. Yep. So, see you all next week for that episode. But next video, after I watch, because right now I have to put this video up, I'm going to finish watching season 2 of the Sailor Moon anime. Okay? But until I see you all in my next video, bye.